Looks like we might be ready to go.
Bobby, we're live.
Welcome, Prescott Valley, to the regular meeting of the Parks and Recreation Commission. I'll call the meeting to order. And roll call. Kathy?
Vice Chairperson Pierce.
I am here.
Commissioner Byram.
Present.
Commissioner Gorman.
Here I am.
Commissioner Cabato.
Present.
Commissioner Peterson. He didn't make it, did he?
Thank you. And with the agenda, any changes or additions to the agenda tonight? Hearing none, I would take a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
I will motion that we approve the minutes. Agenda, excuse me.
All right. In favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. All right. Approval of the minutes from March 9th meeting. Should have those in hand. Kathy and Scotty got those out. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Kathy, bring your mic. There you go.
Oh, yeah. All right. Scheduled announcements. We have a new commissioner, but I don't see Peter.
Yeah.
0 for 2.
Yeah,
Ouch.
I talked to him.
Really?
New Commissioner Pete Peterson will be coming on board. We look forward to that, and we'll try to introduce him next time around.
All right.
And staff introduction. Almost a lady that needs no introduction, but Brandy?
They want to talk about you all the time. Do what Bill does, volunteer everywhere. Okay, hi, I'm Brandy. I'm the volunteer coordinator for community services. So library, arts and culture, parks and rec, and special events. I talked to Peterson, wherever he is. Yeah, Pete Peterson yesterday, and he asked me to prepare a list of volunteer opportunities we have that the board members can do like Bill does. So I put them all here, and I have my business card attached. So if you're interested, you can just reach out to me. I'm just there for you guys. They're all for you, and they have my contact info. What are we doing?
All right.
Oh, okay. So I've been here for 2 years in May 13th. I came from Yavapai College, and before that I was at Prescott College, and I was their financial aid advisor for Yavapai College. And at Prescott College, I was brought on board to redo their software. They didn't have an electronic signing system, so I came in and developed one and introduced it college-wide, and then I took over. I was assistant to our dean of student services for our one-stop shop. So, and then I took over the volunteer program from Shannon at the library on kind of a whim because I wanted to get out of higher education. Financial aid is kind of depressing after a while. We're all in student loan debt. So I did well in this position, and then I got moved over to extend our volunteer program like we have at the library. We have a very successful one. And I'm going to try to do that with Parks and Rec now, too. So I got with Nick, and on here I have our Adoptive Park program, which parks we're doing right now, and some of our adoptive trails, too. So there's info on that, so I'm going to try to bring some people in. I've been in contact with U.S. vets who want to get groups of their U.S. vets to adopt some of our parks. Since COVID, they haven't had a lot of structure, and the structure seems to really help them with some of the war PTSD. So I told them I'd work with them and help get their groups and parks to help us with. So that's what I'm currently doing.
That's great.
I know Bill. Bill does the drive-up window. Bill did egg extravaganza. I know you signed up for the FAFSA event. He's an all-around volunteer.
I'm back.
So if anyone else wants to be, it's in there.
Yeah.
And then anything you're interested in, you can just contact me. Any questions?
Got a tremendous job, and I'm glad to see you're moving into that bigger picture with all of the volunteer operations with the community.
Yeah. We've done great things with FOL. They have I helped them develop an eBay store, so we now have an online presence. During COVID, they took kind of a hit with their sales, so we started that. It's up and running, and it's going amazing. We get awesome donations, and moving on with that. Are you going back to FOL too?
Back to what?
FOL, Friends of the Library.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yep, we started there. We have our drive-up window at the library is completely staffed with volunteers, so from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and 1 to 2 hour shifts. It's completely staffed with volunteers who are assigned employee backups since we don't pay them in case they don't want to come. We just notify their employee backups, so we're covered there. That's our busiest service point right now. It really picked up after COVID. So we have that fully staffed, and we have a really core group of circulation volunteers too. Adult literacy will be coming back in a couple months, and they are about 109 strong total. And currently we have 121 active volunteers, including all of our board members. So taking a break from developing that library side and trying to get that program built up for Parks and Rec, especially parks. Our community has been blowing up my phone wanting to come in the parks and help out. So.
How many volunteers do we have now in Parks and Rec?
In Parks and Rec specifically, I have 3 that are just
That are regular?
Mm-hmm.
What is your goal?
I think our goal is. We want.
Lots?
I think I put it. I did a. I was tasked with doing a volunteer program strategic plan, and I think in there we had to increase our Parks and Rec volunteer base by. I think it was 45%. So slowly but surely, and Nick just worked with me on getting me all the parks that can be adopted and what would happen with trail maintenance. So once we go and advertise that, I'm sure we'll get a lot of interest. We have a lot of groups from Embry-Riddle wanting to adopt a whole park or a trail and do trail maintenance. I've had interest from Yavapai College, Prescott College, US Vets.
What goes into adopting a park?
This one is new for me, but what will happen is a group of people, for instance, the US Vets group, I will submit a list to them of our available parks, which is currently George Anderson, Urban Forest, Sunflower, Tonto North, Tonto South, Granville, Antelope, Viewpoint, and Fane. So this group of vets will, let's say they adopt George Anderson, their task will mostly be trail maintenance, the multi-use path maintenance, painting, weed removal, assisted tree and shrub plantings, and landscaping.
And for that, there'll be a sign with their name and logo on the at the park.
Yes. So currently it's still all in paper form, so I have all my contact info on there. When that organization reaches out to me, I submit them forms just like you guys fill out for the boards. So they have to fill out all this paperwork, and after that, and after it's approved, then they go ahead and they get their plaque that has their organization's name on it.
Cool.
So this would be, I don't think Adopt a Park has been utilized since 2015.
Will that be a Parks and Rec or council to determine who gets each park designation? That'll go through us?
Yes, sir.
That'd be, okay, cool. Get a little power for once, huh?
A big part of that volunteer base that we're trying to build will come in to play with arts and culture and special events. So
Okay.
I have
Cool.
the list of all the upcoming special events. June is our busy special event season, and I'm working with Isabella to combine arts and culture with Adopt a Park. So we'll be creating we're looking for names, piece of PD, because we also need volunteers to help with sculpture maintenance and some of our art trail maintenance.
Interesting.
So we are combining that with Adopt a Park eventually.
Wow.
We have a few solid arts and culture volunteers as well.
All right, I have another question. So you get all these volunteers doing all these wonderful things in our parks and trails and whatever. So, but that doesn't mean that we're going to lose staff, does it?
No.
They're not taking their place. They're just letting them do other things?
Yeah, this would be more in addition to. It would be there to assist what staff already does. And then some things that we can't stretch our staff enough for instance, the drive-up window.
Yeah,
If we didn't
that's
have our volunteers, staff would have to make time to cover all of that. So it's really just an addition to. they're kind of just there to enhance what we do.
Okay.
And Volunteer Appreciation Week is next week, too. So we'll have a bunch of
You want a plaque or anything like that? No. I said, would you like a plaque or something like that? You said it's Appreciation Week. What do we do?
It's an international thing that we put on for our volunteers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not telling you guys what all we're doing because it'll be a surprise, but all of you are included in our volunteers as well.
Oh, that's because we are volunteers, yes.
That's right. Yep,
All right.
it's internationally recognized. They have a theme every year. It's a big deal, and this is usually when we have our big volunteer banquet.
Great.
That's been put off till next spring due to COVID stuff. Get everyone vaccinated, and then they'll start showing up again. All right.
Okay.
Prescott Valley definitely is a great town for volunteers. I mean, I'm always amazed.
We actually currently, community service has the largest volunteer base in Prescott Valley, including the hospital.
If they want more information or want to volunteer, what's the best way for them to contact you?
So we are currently in the works of developing volunteer management software, and that will come through Volunteer Central, and it'll be a lot easier for our public-facing image. So if people want to search volunteer in Prescott Valley, they'll have a nice big community services public-facing page, and they can sign up through there. Currently, they either just reach out to me via all the contact information I have, or they go onto our pvaz.net to employment, to volunteer opportunities, find what they're interested for, and apply. Once I get that notification, I reach out to them and get them going. It's usually pretty quick.
If you wanted them to, if they wanted to contact you, what would be your best number or way for them to contact you?
Snapchat.
Beg your pardon?
Phone number. Not Snapchat, phone number. Yeah, so either my work cell phone, the desk phone.
Which is?
It's all on there, 3096.
Yeah, but say it for the folks.
Oh, 759-3096.
There's a few people probably watching, so they might be there ready to call
Oh,
you.
that I didn't know. You guys didn't tell me that part.
Now, if we go to the website, are you on the website?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yep. And we do a good social media presence too. So I do Mondays, and every Monday I put out on our Parks and Recreation social media, I put a shout out to our volunteers.
Okay.
I'm sure you have a post about the appreciation on the
Yeah,
Instagram.
that starts soon. I haven't started it yet. On Monday, I start pushing all that out. And there's banners and signs and gifts and lots of card signing. And then I have the schedules for all of our volunteers. So once I get that notification, I just come over and hand deliver their stuff.
I will say,
Because Bill will be out.
Nadine and I were very impressed with the thank you card we got from the staff.
Yes. Yeah, we do that for all of our volunteers. Anyone that helps out with events like that. In fact, the bunny is Brian, my boyfriend. He is also a volunteer.
The bunny?
And everyone, yeah. Everyone gets a thank you card.
to
and-
get in the bunny suit? Just
He did great, though. At first, he was like, I don't want to be in the suit. But then he's like, I can't take a water break. The kids need me. So
Aw,
even he got a thank you card.
that's nice.
We do
New purpose
appreciate
in
our
life.
volunteers very much, and I am very much hoping to build up Parks and Rec, Arts and Culture, the way we have at the library, because we
Good.
have amazing volunteers, all 121 of them.
Wow. Yeah, you've got your job cut out for you then, huh?
I have confidence, so I think it's going to work well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I will leave these up here for you guys.
cool.
And pass my business card on the back.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to see you, Marissa.
Yeah, right. Put a face to the name.
Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. Can't say enough great things about Brandy. She does an awesome job with all of our volunteers. Can't thank you guys enough as volunteers on this commission as well. So thank you preemptively before Volunteer Appreciation Week. But for this evening, Bill, if you're ready to move on the agenda, perfect. So coming in to just give you guys a recount of or go through what we did at Extravaganza. Huge event this year, even with it being drive-through. As usual, very large turnout, great day. Bill, thank you again for being out there volunteering, helping us out with it. We had 301 cars drive through the event, estimating around 5 people per car, so that gives us 1,500 participants out at the event. 8 volunteers were on site, which gave us 33 hours of donated time, which is huge and paramount for what we do. We can't do this without volunteers and some additional help. And on top of our 8 volunteers, we had 8 vendors. They were out on site. A few of them were actually performing. Diplomas Martial Arts, Lessons by Lexi, Heritage Zoo brought out a few animals, and Hero Party Rental came out and just had one of their inflatables on site. On top of that, AZ Hometown Radio, Big O Tire, AZ Wranglers was out there with the mascot. PVPD was out on site, and Sign Gypsies, as you can see that Welcome to Extravaganza sign, they took care of that, donated it, awesome sign. So great event, and we had 1,000 goodie bags made up, and we gave out 800 of those. So fantastic event, and I can't give staff enough kudos on the great job that they did.
Well coordinated. You did a great job, Bobby, and I was impressed with it was just steady.
Yeah, the whole way through. I didn't think we were going to be done by 12 o'clock as we advertised, because whole time through. That was fun, though.
A lot of fun.
That was great. So then moving on to some of our program and class reports for the month of March. We had 12 programs, 9 instructors, and a total of 55 classes offered. Going back from what we had in February, pretty much every single age group has gone up month over month. So that's always awesome to see. As always, our largest crowd is our 60-plus crowd. They're going strong, which is always fun to see. 18 to 59 had 88, 12 to 17, 60, 6 to 11, 109, and 0 to 5 had 19. So classes and programming is always going well. With Bryce's departure, Brandy is actually going to field that for us for right now as well. So she wears a lot of hats, does a great job. Got to give her props again. As for an aquatics update, Marissa has been going through all of our preseason rituals and taking care of hiring and getting marketing, scheduling. All of those things are still coming through, but she had interviews and has hired 26 pool staff. We got our swimming lessons manager, lifeguard manager, and the swimming lessons manager and the lifeguard manager received LGI certifications, which is a lifeguarding instructor, so then they can train our incoming lifeguards. We're working on the pool, on the deck improvements, and repairs with the parks crew. Just got the pool cleaned up, and we're getting new water in there, going through the boiler. So we'll have more to report on next month, so it's just mostly all of the housekeeping items currently. Upcoming dates that I wanted to make sure we mention. We have lifeguarding certification classes April 22nd through the 25th and April 29th through May 2nd. That's when our new lifeguards will be going through to get certifications. Staff orientation for the pool is going to take place on May 14th, and then the big day when the pool opens is going to be May 29th. So we're already getting community interest for that, and obviously it's a great time for our entire community, so we're excited.
I know the occupancy was a bit weird.
Yes, sir.
COVID, only say 150 people could show up for the day.
Yes.
So it wasn't like an exchange type thing.
Yes.
What will that be now, the occupancy?
Currently, we're going to keep it at the 150 number. We will still be doing the 3 open swim sessions, so we're still giving people a little bit of time before we blow the gates open on that area as well, because as everybody knows, it can get very, very tight in there when we hit 225 people in that area. So capacity will be diminished to the 150 for this year, unless something else comes around, possibly middle of season, but for right now, that's where we're at.
Okay.
Perfect. There we go. Our adult sports are also going quite well. I'm sorry, the computer is having some difficulties. Spring volleyball is in full swing. We got 4 divisions offered, women's A and B and co-ed A and B. 21 teams are signed up, and our co-ed league is Tuesday nights, women's league Wednesday nights, and the end of the current season will be May 3rd when the tournaments will take place. So everybody's having an awesome time. We're out there at the Boys and Girls Club gym on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And can't say enough good stuff about Jordan either, another coordinator that just does a stellar job. And in addition to that, we have spring softball taking place as well. 5 divisions are out there, and they're on Monday nights and Wednesday nights. 35 teams are participating in that rec league sport, and the end of that season for tournaments will be taking place on April 26th. So we're pretty busy right now, and it's ramping up.
I wonder if, because I've heard a lot of stories about softball, like, you know, they're real intense about it and whatnot.
Absolutely.
I wonder if we could get some type of like inter-city softball tournament one day.
Interleague play between Prescott.
Yeah, like best of the Quad City, then like other regions,
Yeah.
and they meet up and play somewhere.
Absolutely.
I think they
Tournament.
would be all about it. You
That
know?
would be a fantastic tournament. I
I think that'd be
agree.
a lot of fun because you know they really care. You know, it's not just messing around type
Exactly.
of thing, right? Like,
It's
they're really
it's fun
competitive.
to enjoy an evening, absolutely, but people want to compete, and that's why we love putting it on.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, I'll see.
You going to be on the team?
No.
A team? No?
You know, I just can't. Not even
Oh.
Temples I went to, like Bill here.
You're the coach.
Oh, you don't want me coaching.
All right. If no questions on anything I previously reported on, we can move on. But all righty. Moving on to Tree Advisory Board. Arbor Day celebration is this month of April. So it will take place on Friday, April 30th at 10 a.m. And that's going to be out at Mountain Valley Park. It will be a virtual event, and we're going to be planting trees there on the northwest side of the fourplex when you come in off of Luce. For that, we've got some different walkthroughs on how to plant trees, why we plant trees, and that'll be taking place with our Prescott Valley Parks and Recreation staff. There'll also be a short story read by Marnie Ewell, the director of the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce. We're going to have a few volunteer groups out there, and it'll be a lot of fun. We hope people join us on Facebook Live to go through it and celebrate what we do for Arbor Day. We need oxygen, we need that conservation effort, and it's always a great event to take place.
So they can join that virtually on Facebook
Yes, sir, that is correct.
live at 10 a.m.
Yep, 10 a.m.
Ask questions
30.
and things, like interact with someone.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, when we go live, we'll absolutely be trying to interact as much as possible while still trying to go through some of those training aspects, the informational sessions, and then also the story time. So we will be definitely sure that we do that.
That's great.
All right. If you're ready to move on, sir.
You want to go into that, roll right into that with spray part?
Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, going down to 7A for the spray pad update. Wanted to show you guys our progress thus far. Construction has been underway for our new spray pad at Bob Edwards Park. All of our spray features are in, and concrete is expected within the next 2 weeks. Just spoke with Nick, the project manager, on it today, and he's telling me that next week, both Tuesday and Wednesday, concrete will be poured now that subgrade's done. And then the water line tap is in, and over the course of this week, we'll be getting in the main water line feed to the spray pad, and then finishing up some of the other incidentals. If you haven't had the chance to go out there and take a look at it, it's pretty cool to see the construction aspect of it and what all goes into it. Even though it looks like a simple pad, there are some features to it that have to be done correctly. This is one of those, the spray pad manifold. which is all of your valving for all the spray features that go into this. Once the project is completed, a lot of people don't get to see pieces of this type of aquatic feature, but once it's done, this will be hidden. We're going to have a clock that operates all of it, and it'll be on a timer, but wanted to show you guys a little more into what we have going into that area.
It's amazing.
It's going to be fun. Once we're done, a lot of fun.
And with the,
And when is it slated to open?
So what we're looking at right now, we're still hoping for middle of May. We do have a little bit of a holdup on the water holding tank, and with that holdup, it could push back our opening date, but we're still staying positive and hopefully be able to get it open middle of May.
Okay, so is this going to be an in-person opening, or is it going to be on,
Oh, we'll be doing a ribbon cutting ceremony
ribbon
in person.
cutting? And
Yes, ma'am.
everybody gets to come?
Yep, absolutely.
Yay!
Yeah, absolutely.
will the hours of the spray pad be the hours of the park?
So they won't be the hours of the park. It's a little bit too cold in the morning for, people to be out there.
Oh,
So
sure.
we're still evaluating. It's the length of time that the spray pad will be in operation seasonally, and then what hours it's going to be in operation as well. Beginning of May, it's still a little bit chilly until you hit, that 10 o'clock type of morning hour.
Yeah.
And then we're starting to get a little chilly by 6 p.m. So trying to evaluate that and see what's going to be best for our community. So still going through that process.
Cool.
All right.
The folks here in town, as we move into May and June, what would be the best way for them to check to find out those hours, that type of thing?
Once we have this completed, we'll make sure that there's a PSA that goes out to the community, and then it will also be posted on our website, pvaz.net, under the Community Services webpage. And then on top of that, you can always contact us at 3090-759-3090, and we'd love to give out any information that a citizen might need.
Going to be popular.
Oh, very much so. We're excited for it. And then this last picture within it is just another little overview of it. You can't really see the actual size from this, but I thought it was pretty cool to show the community as well as the commissioners what it looks like whenever it still hasn't had concrete in there. And then once we're able to bring it to commission and show the final product, you'll see both ways of how it's done.
Very cool.
All right.
Great. All right.
Moving on.
Restroom update?
Yes, sir. So the Mountain Valley restroom, we were contracted, and we're looking for a notice to proceed date of April 26th. Kroll Construction won the bid, and they are out of Phoenix, but we'll be using quite a few local contractors, so we'd love to see that. Since we haven't broken ground or anything like that yet, what I wanted to bring to the commissioners, as you can see with the building, the next piece of this is a color palette. Currently, how we have it set up is in that royal blue on the expanded metal. I wanted to get your input and see what you guys might think would be best in that area. For the proposed location, we got a lot of earth tones, and the pavilion is tannish, brownish. The bathroom that is currently there is the same color also. And then since we're a little ways away from the Boys and Girls Club, this would pretty much fit together with that construction of that building. But giving us options, and within the color palette, I wanted to get your thoughts, and if you had a recommendation for a different color rather than the royal blue or the regal blue, wanted to see what your thoughts were on it, if you had any feedback.
Does that front face which way?
The front is going to be facing south.
South.
Yes, sir. So it'll be facing right there towards the pavilion.
So I would definitely take that into consideration as far as fading.
Yes, sir.
Nothing red.
No, definitely not. Yeah, what I was honestly looking at, the evergreen is actually a pretty good color. Hunter greens go with a lot of our color palette out in the parks pretty well. Like I said, that regal blue does look pretty dynamite on the building, and it will match what the Boys and Girls Club has. But
I like the royal blue.
You like that?
How's that gonna hold up, though, as far as color goes?
The blue should hold up just fine. I mean, going with the red or even the terracotta or the colonial red, that would be pretty rough, more than likely. But the blue has been holding up. You know, the Boys and Girls Club is 2 years old. It has a color palette pretty much the same as that.
Okay.
So Regal blue could hold up well.
I'm not sure if the blue color might make people think it's a men's restroom.
It could.
If that could like, maybe play into it.
It could.
I personally was into the terracotta, you know, the area and the red rock and whatnot. And I think that would really stand out to where, you know, your eye would catch it. Mm-hmm. And if you need to go to the bathroom, it'd be nice
Absolutely.
to, you know, for the eye to kind of be able to do that. So that's my opinion.
Okay.
Terracotta would be
People
nice.
who need to go to the restroom will find it,
They totally will.
you know, wherever it is.
Wherever it may be.
Amen, Kay.
Exactly. Well, yeah, if you guys don't have really any other recommendations on that, then we'll make a final decision tomorrow, and then that will be the color of the building. But conceptually, that's what we're going to have out there as of September 3rd, which should be substantial completion of the building. All right.
Very nice.
Very nice. And then the last piece of this is the actual construction schedule. A little bit tough to read with our notice to proceed as of week 1. Contractor will be out there with their mobilization, getting their laydown area fenced off, as well as the construction site, and then going through the process, and we will have a bathroom at or before September 9th.
Do you see any impact to the public as far as access to the fields, et cetera, or anything?
We won't have any impact to the fields or anything right there to Soccer One or the pavilion. The only thing we're running into is going to be 4th of July event. So we're working on the site map for that right now to make sure that we get our beer garden in the proper location, all of our food vendors out there, and make sure that we're taking care of the public during that event as well. So.
All right, very good.
Perfect. And then under new business, wanted to bring it to commission and let you guys know we're trying to make this our year of George Anderson Park. We have a few projects that are coming up in the upcoming budget year, and we were actually offered a free demo solar powered unit that we had decided to put out here at the playground at George Anderson Park. Obviously we all love our dark night skies, but it's really nice to be able to play on the playground till 10 p.m. when the park closes in the summer. And the type of light that we are getting, we're going to mount it on the south side of the park currently, and then once we're able to evaluate the unit, we may be putting one on the north side as well. The solar unit has its own like dark space type of feature, so then when the evening comes around, 10 o'clock hits, the solar light will kind of go into a safety light type of a mode, and then it will no longer be at its brightest setting. With that, the last slide that I wanted to show the commissioners, and it's not the greatest picture ever, but the company that is giving us the demo unit gave us the aerial photometrics, and with 2 solar lights, we should be able to cover our entire playground area. And with that being a brand new playground, we want to make sure everybody is getting use of it as much as they want within park hours. So hopefully I'm able to come back and report to you that the solar light that we're testing out is awesome. We're going to get another one, and that we'll be able to have that playground lit up till 10 p.m.
Great.
Hopefully maybe they'll provide a little maintenance that first year for us too.
Yes, that's absolutely what we're hoping for.
One thing to think about, Bob, if your team hasn't done it yet, you might want to contact just those houses, right?
Absolutely. Let them know. Yes.
Let them know before. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
I don't think it'll be a bad impact at all. I live in that area, and I think I'm looking forward to it. But
good. Very good. Okay. Will do, sir.
All right. Director's report. Easy.
Commissioners, it's great to be here. We have had quite the whirlwind of the last month. We're gearing for our event season, and every week we meet with coordinators and we get an update on the progression of where we are at with our current events. And we're going to be in it full swing, let me tell you. We have a great group. I couldn't be more proud of the group that I'm working with right now. They have such energy. And, with Bryce's position being down, we just recently went through interviews for her position, and we think we have a great candidate right now. We're just waiting to hear back from her. But if she accepts our offer, let me tell you, we're just going to have a dynamite, as Bobby said. That's a great word, dynamite. Recreation staff, and they're full of energy, great ideas. They're a young staff, so I really like the risk taking that they want to do, and I'm just really excited for this town, for what we have coming down the pike. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, of course, is our parks crew. I've been down at the pool myself, not knowing anything about a pool except swimming in it. And just the amount of hard work and dedication they have put into bringing the pool up to standards, cleaning, updating everything from the salt system, which is coming soon. It's just amazing, their dedication and hard work. So I have to give props to our parks crew and Nick Grabluski, who is an amazing park manager. He really understands everything that all of our parks and all of their needs. So we're fortunate right now for the amazing staff that we have. I can't say enough about that. So, and of course, Marissa, she's going to be going out here soon because she's having a baby. And Bobby and I are taking over the pool. I don't know anything about it again, so we'll figure it out. But the whole customer aspect and the relations with the community, that's something that I have down. So I'm really looking forward to learning more. And I feel like this has been a great learning experience. And every day I learn something new, and I absolutely love my job. So I feel very fortunate to be up in this area with parks and recreation. So, and I think that's all I have. Is there any questions, comments?
I think we're lucky to have you too.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. Staff is amazing. And of course, Brandy. I'm so glad Brandy's over here on the park side too, to help Parks and Recreation side to get our Parks and Recreation volunteers up to par. She's done a fantastic job on the library side, and I know we're starting to pick up. We had over 500 hours last month in volunteer hours, which was 0 the year before. Yeah, so that's amazing for us. So we're really fortunate to have her. She's so good with our volunteers. So, all right, thanks. That's all I have.
Thanks, Casey.
Thank you. Yeah, you and the staff have done an amazing job during the pandemic. I can't even fathom how you've dealt with some of the events and various scheduling of things. It's
a lot of modifying.
Yeah. Hopefully we're on the upward slope now. All right. Any other items from the commission tonight? Don't see any public for unscheduled appearances. So our next meeting will be Tuesday, May 11th, 5:30 p.m. right here, same bat time, same place. And I will take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Prescott Valley.